Hello and welcome to Supreme Commander Forge Lines Forever. This is the semi-final game, best of 5 between Whiteheart or Petrick and Adjux. So we're starting on Twin Rivers. Not sure. I guess this is Petrick's choice. He is obviously it's kind of an ideal map for Petrick because it's just standard. Plenty of teching to be done. And we have a UEF versus UEF mirror matchup. Obviously UEF really strong on this map. Pillars are nice. Percy's wonderful when you get to them. T2 air options and the nice strong commander, which can be very important on this map. Plenty of options. So, build order, you can see both players assisting their ACs. Slow it down slightly. Adjux going second air. Petrick second land, third air. You can see. Interesting that he didn't send a scout and a tank this way. I guess he's making sure this guy would catch a lab. Actually, now he's worried. And so, because the lab could have gone around here, so just to be safe, it's kind of late and he doesn't have a tank nearby, so if there was a lab here, it could have been painful. You can see Adjux also had his scout over here. I think he maybe had his position further up to try catch labs either side of this rock. Petrick already going for the mid-mass, and he has a nice build order to actually use it. See, now we have 2 engineers building with the ACU, and he has plenty of power. Might be time to just throw down factories instead of power. And yeah, it's a nice build. It's going to take him a while to actually use that mass, but he didn't waste any of it, which is a crucial thing. We have a bomber. Definitely need to slow this down. We have just 1 kill and it's in the base. Second kill, nice one. Denying 2 mexes for some period of time. Didn't go to the back though. And you can see it well, there's 2 NGs here nicely split by Petrick, so there's no way he's gonna be able to bomb both of them at once. And the bomber gets 1 more kill in the base. Adjux is expanding to his main expansion with his ACU, which is what some players like to do. Others like to do what Petrick does and stay in the base and give all those factory orders. Twin Rivers, you can get real nice bases around your mexes. They're spaced very nicely, so you can get plenty of adjacency and stuff and make a nice looking base, which is obviously vital. Ugly bases are bad bases. Land factory gone up. He hasn't grabbed this reclaim yet, but you can see Adjux. I think that's a nice BO. But now he actually has too much power. See, 4 engineers are spamming power. It's time to stop. And he goes for another air factory to use that power. Excuse me. Should have got a drink of water. Petrick already has queued up his transport just as he essentially is completing his normal expansion. You can see grabbing all the last mexes now, and then he's going to be dropping engineers to one of these sides, probably this side, because it's closer to the base. Adjux still has paused these engineers who are building factories. I feel like he doesn't have quite enough factories. He's actually using this to build. Did he build these tanks out of this factory? Probably not actually. But he's not expanding here, and he has no radar here. I don't really like that. It's a nice raid from this tank. It's also gonna just probably might cost Adjux another NG, and might cost him these mexes for a bit longer. We see Adjux losing a fight down here. It's bad because he already has not too many tanks. Petric's inties come in, 4 of them, probably all of his inties, to attack this empty transport. And somehow he gets in behind Adjux inties, but doesn't matter. They're dead, another dead army. Again, this every fight like this just gets more painful. Now we have a massive, yeah, he doesn't really have enough factories right now. There's a huge amount of mass. So he just grabbed these reclaim in mid. Still, the mexes are denied, and there's units about that he has to deal with. We have the transport going to the bottom for Adjux. Petric slightly faster to his side, and Petric can probably go in here. Is there any tanks? He's bringing some tanks in now. Not many land scouts, and that's shouldn't really be a problem considering he's on the defensive, but he actually doesn't have radar over here, so it's kind of painful. He should use his interceptors to give him some vision as well. That'd be nice. Now dropping. He's bringing NG. Oh, he's gonna drop the other side. Okay. Probably not gonna be successful. And oh, we have a tank in the back. That's annoying. Should get reclaimed, I think. Adjux is on point. Again, I don't think he's got these 2 mexes ever in the game, which is, that's a big deal. And now it looks bad for Adjux. It looked like he had a nice start, but at some point he had these. Maybe he forgot to unpause these engineers, or that overbuilding of power maybe at the very start also hurt him a lot, I think. And then coupled with, I mean, minor fights, but they're ones that he lost and caused him to get raided in multiple locations. Nice that he dropped an engineer here to expand. Also, he really needs to focus on grabbing all this reclaim because he is behind. This is good reclaim to get as well. And Petric also drops the bottom. He's getting a PD up, so these tanks, I mean, it looks good for Adjux actually. He should be able to take this using his air scout well to give him vision. Unfortunately, PD goes up and he only gets 1 engineer kill. The other 2 are still there. They're probably going to throw down some PD, or not PD, but oh, tanks being dropped. He's probably going to get a radar and more factories, but there's tanks being dropped to help. That's really nice for Petric. A couple of bombers would do nicely to finish this shit. If you look at Petric though, look at these 2 T2 mexes. I don't think there's... there is 1 for Adjux, and 2 are upgrading, but he still has these 4 engineers spamming power. Insane, like so much power being made and being wasted. I mean, he could make gun and nano right now or something, I don't know. Maybe that would be a play. Looks kind of dangerous now on the bottom island, but we shall see how it goes. Radar is a good thing to aim for. It makes it harder to actually kill the bombers, even if they get anti-air out. If they don't have radar, then they can't use the full range of the anti-air because the vision is so low. For example, you can see here's the vision range, which is much smaller than the attack range. T2 land is already up for Petric. Well, I say already, it's not Not super fast, just a pretty nice timing of it. He looks safe here. I mean, this might kill some mexes for a very short period of time, or might just get cleared up. But his C2P gen is up now. Another air factory goes up, so he can probably come back to parity in air, which Adjux has been using pretty well. The bombers, you can see here, 6 kills, 5 kills, 7 kills. That's really good damage for them, but the land war doesn't look good. And his flak, oh, the flak gets killed just before it kills the bombers, but there's an anti-air turret anyway, so there they go. Still fighting on the bottom, so kind of hilarious. And we have a T1 drop, and there's no radar. There's no radar. There's also a huge amount of mass in the bank. Adjux not having his best game, I think. And even so, he's I mean, if he had actually been using this mass, maybe it would look better for him. This raid is painful. I mean, it's just 6 T1 units, and he's gonna kill every mech in the expansion. He should do anyway. Just one transport and some mechs. One transport and some T1 units. Damn. He's dropping a few more. Definitely another good point about the islands. It's good to build units because they'll defend against any drops your opponent makes, and then while you're building them you can drop them across. We do have a radar gun up now, but that's just too late really. The horse has bolted and we have 6. We're gonna have 8 dead mexes, and that probably ends the game. I mean, he was already behind. Now he's really behind, because it's not even particularly quick to get these back. He doesn't have a factory in the expansion. Unlike Patrick, you can see he had quick access to build power. Bombers clear up the raid, but yeah, clearing it up is never really the problem. Having bombers just parked here, I guess, would also be pretty nice if you're not using the bomber at the time. You can just park them on the side, and if you have a radar, they're gonna just auto attack those drops, and a UAF bomber could kill a drop in a single pass, an entire T1 drop, thanks to that damage. And AoE, we have the gun. Nano already done for Patrick, and now he's getting the gun. I don't know why people make Nano before gun. I don't really know, but they do. I think Adjux did the same if we look up here. Anyway, this looks very bad. There's so many pillars. 20 pillars, and they're actually all at the front. He's gonna surround Adjux, and I don't think he survives this. No. And now the gun commander's in range as well, adding its considerable DPS. And it's not missing. Adjux is a goner. So yeah, not Adjux's best game, but nicely played from Patrick. Let's see, he's just very far ahead now. All these mexes, so many T2. T2 land came much faster for him as well. He didn't have to fight for his island, and he contested. Adjux has forced him to make quite a few units down here, and factory and BD, and took so long that Adjux hasn't even got the reclaim yet. So And then of course this drop just did insane damage for very little cost. Not even much APM cost either. Just one drop. Tanks and transport were already there to be used. So let's head to the second game, which is what is the second game? I think we're on tag Craftius Maximus. Uh oh, better switch the scene. So thanks to Patrick for sending me his local replays. This one in the vault is corrupted, unfortunately, but his local replay wasn't. And this is, I'm pretty sure this would be Adjux's pick. He's certainly strong on this map. From watching him play many times, he's definitely a good craftiest player. Seraphim for both. Again, the mirror matchups. So, what will we see? No P-Gen. Patrick going for the P-Gen. It's not really... See, there's a lot of things you can do with build orders in FAF, and there's also... There's always going to be several, or there's usually many build orders which are basically working out very similar, so I think it's not really worth worrying too much about things like, oh, does he build one P-Gen before his Hydro or not? It just sort of depends. He's gone for second air, so he goes for the P-Gen before Adjux. He's probably also going second air, I would say. He is, but he doesn't make the P-Gen before. Again, not a huge deal. You can do a lot of things and achieve the same result in this game, to be honest. So, this is the Adjux's first expansion is to here, so he's gonna try get, well, these mexes are nice and safe, and he's gonna make 2 naval factories pretty quick with this guy. Patrick, I think, expanded here first. This guy, normally the routes for engineers are take these two, these three, and then yeah, you can go take those as well. Torpedo launcher here is okay as well. And you want to expand this way. You don't usually take these mexes with this guy because one, this guy's not vulnerable to land raids here, so he's not going to get killed by a lab or anything, so it's safer. And you actually get so many mexes at once that you can just wait to get these slightly later. You don't actually need them. So he's gonna have a lot of mass now after he gets these 2 mexes and these 2 mexes, and he's gonna need all that power. You can see Adjux do the same thing, expand here with the ACU, and then grab his main expansion over here. Bomber, here we go. Scout out to spot the target. Always, this guy is the target of the bomber. I mean, it's almost never any other NG, to be honest. You can send your bomber to the top and aim for this guy around here, and then maybe this guy as well in mid. But generally, this guy's the target because, again, you can't hit him with land raids, so gotta use a bomber if you want to kill him. B-Gen's going up. Let's see the balance. Yeah, that's pretty nice. I mean, it's hard to avoid a stall once you grab this many mexes so fast. I mean, he has 13 mexes, he's building more. It's a lot of mexes. exact same number for Petrick. He has some mass in the bank. He should probably throw down a factory with ACU or something. And the bomber does its job. Where did that bomb go? I'm sure I heard it drop. Perhaps I heard Petrick's bomber, which has 3 kills. 4 kills. Oh, it just got 3 kills here. Oh, another 5 kills on this bomber. Petrick's bomber is dead. There it is. So, got some nice kills there. And for both of them. So, now we're gonna see how far ahead that puts Adjux. I think he got a few more important kills than Petrick. You can see some dead NGs in the base. And yeah, he has a lot of resources now after losing all this build power. Especially lacking on power. Which he's gonna have to rectify real fast. He's getting raided in these mexes. This NG is not gonna build that PD. These plateaus can be killed just by arties. Often you'll see players will make a factory. Yeah, here we have a factory now. To get NGs to build, to grab this reclaim. It's not the most important reclaim, but it's nice to have, and we have a massive stall now actually. For Adjux, and he also has just lost all of his inties, so some potential for serious bomber damage, I would say, with this air advantage. I mean, Adjux just can't make air for a minute or two at least, I'd say. B-gens being thrown all across. And factory again, similar to Adjux's. And he's going to get the Hydro. That's going to help a lot. And we do have a bomber. Again, oh, this would be really bad if he were to lose. Oh, he splits them. So we might just see 1 kill. That looks like, oh no, the other guy came back. So 2 kills, not bad, not bad. But Adjux has fixed his economy quite quickly. That's a nice job. And now he tries to save these units. He got some nice raiding. Could move across here. He's gonna get his Hydro up. Does need that power. And we have 3 naval factories already. And also 3 for Petrick. Naval factories are good to assist, much more so than, say, assisting a T1 land factory, because if you see here, 13 seconds for a THAM, right? So assisting is not going to help that much because the roll-off time is going to make that less efficient, because you're going to have a lot of idle time as units build faster. They have to roll off, and that takes a few seconds. Naval has roll-off time, but it takes a lot longer to build those units, as you can see, over a minute for both T1 naval units. So assisting naval factories is actually often better than just spamming lots of factories, especially at the start of the game. So instead of building 5-6 factories, he can just add build power to these factories. It's pretty good idea if you have the NGs around. If you don't have the NGs, then, well, you're gonna have to build factories. We see a mix of subs and frigates as usual on this map. Frigates obviously can raid these positions here and here and here. Can't raid this. Can raid the base, and subs are needed to kill those underwater mexes. Petrick has already dropped his island now. It's slightly faster than Adjux, but his transport is just coming up. You really have to try and secure your half of the map before you go for the transport and stuff, and you also have to sort out your eco and have enough power to actually use air and defend the transport and even make the transport, because it is quite expensive on power. You need to surface Seraphim subs, or to kill Seraphim and Aeon engineers, as he's doing up here. That's nice. Also allows you to raid the base and all the mexes the frigs would raid. So Petric pushing mid now. Has a lot of tanks on the top, but he only has 2 tanks on the bottom and his ACU. Nice PD. He got up here just in time. Adjux looking slightly dangerous. These bombers should get killed by the AA, I think. Oh, he took out one of the AAs. The rest will probably finish him. Adjux with the sub advantage here, so here you have to manually target the enemy submarine, otherwise you might just get wrecked while you're not looking and you're wasting your subs attacking frigates. You kill the subs first, then you go back to the... Oh, this one's actually surface, so he's dying to the frigate. No. So yeah, sub micro important on this map. So if you're wasting your subs attacking not attacking enemy subs, then you might just lose them all, and they are a very expensive unit. I mean, they're, let's see, 360 mass. Frigate's only 270 for Seraphim. Adjux with a whole lot of T1 spam. He's probably going to switch to T2 at some stage in the next minute or so, 2 minutes probably. Do have a lot of mass, so T2 is pretty darn good on this map. Do need a lot of T1 spam to actually protect your sides. Somebody's going T2. Who is it? Petric is going T2 on his commander. At the same time he's gone T2 land. So slightly risky to do that. So it's gonna put you behind on units. I mean, they cost about the same, T2 land and T2. Fluffy T2 cancelled. Okay, he's decided against it. Looks like he has more subs here. He's doing nice damage on the bottom. Adjux sent his AC into the water. That's a good choice. He has plenty of units here, so Petric can't ever take advantage of Adjux going into the water. You can just make the mexes, can even make a torp launcher and then just leave. Radars are nice on these islands. You just don't build a radar on every one of them, because that's a bit of a waste. Adjux Air Factory's idle. There's a lot of inties though. Where's his T2? He's starting T2 now on the ACU, not a T2 land upgrade. Making it in the water. This is where T1 land starts to hurt a bit. The pathfinding is difficult, and it's one of the ways, you know, you can see how maps have a huge impact on balance. So I would say like T1 land gets not so good when you're attacking up here, these narrow passages on this map, so having less units is often better, but he has a huge army, so he pushes through the choke, and now he's at a nice open space. He can actually use all these units. And he has a lot more, it seems, outside of Patrick's base. The first chicken is out. And he needs it badly. If we look, we have 60 T1 tanks and 1 chicken. Adjux, 100 T1 tanks. Doesn't have any T2 at all. Never made the switch to T2 land, and it's kind of paying off. There's so many Zoos here, which is exactly what you want if you're gonna go into a base. It's gonna get some assists on this ACU, get the T2 done a bit faster. It's kind of late, he's basically done now. It's retaken, well, done some damage here again. This allowed Patrick from taking these mexes, or at least from taking all of them, and now he moves in, seeing he has the air advantage, and he has a serious air advantage, and he kills all of Patrick's air. And he goes for the gun, fast gun, now that he has T2. Quite a lot of mass here outside his base. From cleaning up Patrick's... Oh, very nice. Bombing the build power around the T2 HQ. Which is gonna just stop the Ilshis coming out. 14 kills. We do 4 Ilshis though. And maybe that's a bit premature to send all these units in before the gun ACU, but he's actually doing a ton of damage. You should focus fire P-gens right now, I think. When you go into a base, you gotta focus fire. Don't just give move commands, because you'll just waste a ton of damage on factories. The subs probably gonna kill all these naval factories, and that would be a very painful long-term difficulty, even short-term, where when the subs pop up and start killing this base. See 2 T2 mexes. This is not really a map where you eco a huge amount, so maybe this is a mistake. You can see he's lost, well, he's lost the land battle. He needs this gun, but it would only be the gun. Adjux already has T2 and the gun, so it's another advantage for Adjux. Zooies pouring out of these factories. They're gonna help a lot. Patrick desperately tries to get more P-gens up, but there's bombers over his base. Just suiciding into stuff. See dead rows of P-gens here. He's aiming for more. If we look at the power income, it's bad for Patrick, and I think this is game with the ACU now walking into the base. There's nothing to stop him, no PD, no power to make anything. He does get the gun online, so his only hope really is to somehow draw, but I don't see that happening now. Don't think there's any way. He's bringing his subs back, but then finds there's a legion of Adjux's submarines already waiting. Adjux is just sort of taking insane damage while shooting a factory. It's not ideal. Giving Patrick some hope, but now he just retreats to the water, and that should be it. Patrick cannot retreat to the water thanks to all these subs. Can clean up these T1 land units though. He's still alive. The problem is he has no time to actually make anything, and he's also been kicked out of the water. He's very low on HP now. Needs to get some vet, but the bombers are actually destroying him. So many kills on these Ilchis as well. And quite a lot of friendly fire from those bombers. Petrick about to go down now. Adjux on plenty of HP. Comes out of the water to finish him. GG. Well played. Nicely done. So both players win their map pick. If I'm correct about map picks. I think I am. And we move on, not to the third game unfortunately. Because the third game was corrupted even in Petrick's local replays. So I will point you towards the Blackheart cast, which is on Twitch. I'll link it in the description, so you can go watch the third match on Bermuda Locket. And this is where I'll end this video, so you can watch this and then go watch Blackheart's excellent cast. And then in the next video I'll finish off the best of 5 with the final 2 games. Bit of a spoiler there. Anyway, I guess it's too late to be worried about spoilers now, isn't it? Well, I won't tell you who won. You probably already know. So there, we'll leave the video there. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.